Hi, this is Julie at Love's Beginning with a message called Exactly the Same, No Difference. You don't need to fight anything. If you are experiencing a hallucination, then there is nothing real to fight. To get caught up in a fight is to be confused, but awareness will serve you. The only thing that can bombard you is your thinking, and your thinking can be brought under your control. This is the best use of effort. Observation of when you are allowing ego to send you lies, and the ability to enter the state of willingness to have your perception corrected. Remember how simple this is, and ego's invented complexities cannot fool you. If something in particular comes to mind, along with ideas about fighting against or struggling, here is a substitute thought. This is an illusion I am experiencing. This calms the mind. It helps you remember that thoughts of ego can only thrive and multiply if you allow them to. The reminder that you are experiencing an illusion also helps you to remember that reality shines eternally underneath this illusion. When you catch yourself wanting something from this illusion, go deeper. It is reality you want. There is something that shines right through illusions, and that is light. Whenever ideas of fighting or struggling enter your mind, remember that the idea of fighting belongs to ego. The idea of struggling belongs to ego. The only one who would fight or struggle is someone separate, someone victim to forces outside of herself, and no one is separate. All of the forces seemingly outside of all of the separate selves are imagined. If you fight, you sign up for more fighting in more physical lifetimes. If you struggle, you ask to have more struggle in more physical lifetimes. Instead of play acting that life can begin and end, the invitation to shine in the eternal is always open to you. You can stop play acting. This is within your power. And while you still seem to show up in a play, you can allow the role to be enacted by the unity that we are. You as a separate one need do nothing. It can all be done through you, and this is not death. This is life eternal. What about fighting a wrong in society? What about the idea of standing up for what is right? If you are reading or hearing these words, you agreed to get real with yourself in this lifetime. This one, right now. This means that you agreed to look at the perceived wrongdoer, and you agreed to wake up to the idea that this is a mirror. You agreed to remember that to attack a perceived wrongdoer in any way is to attack yourself, because there truly is only one of us. You agreed to remember that to see any beloved child of the Creator as a victim is to refuse to see the unlimited power they are right now. You agreed to remember that you are playing with toys. You agreed to remember, incredible as it seems, that when perceived wrongdoers seem to come within your orbit, it is because you wanted them there, in that form that seems to be opposite to your own. You wanted definition, and you wanted characters to show up for that definition. You agreed. You agreed to face up to something. You agreed to look at your enormous guilt. You agreed to understand that whenever you look at one you call other and perceive a great wrongdoing, that you are engaging in this thing you call delay. You agreed instead to find the willingness to look upon your own great guilt, to look upon the perception of your own wrongdoing, exactly equal to the extent of any wrongdoing for which you think any being across time and space is responsible. You agreed to hold still long enough to be told this, to see this, to remember this. You agreed to hold still and to look at it. You agree to look calmly upon your belief that you successfully separated from your Creator, from your divine siblings. You agreed to hold still long enough to be shown that this is entirely a falsehood. You agreed to hold still while your false perceptions are washed away. Isn't that funny? Your whole job in all of this is to sit still and allow. That's it. You don't even have to do anything. You only have to settle long enough for the mad tangle of thoughts to be undone. And as the mad tangle of thoughts is undone, long enough ceases to mean anything because it is of time, which never existed. You agreed to hold still and to see that this is true, to see that you are safe, to see that you are and always have been loved, to see that you are carried. You agreed to see, finally, that you have never done wrong. You agreed to see that it is no longer necessary to project delusions of others doing wrong, because you no longer need the distraction. You can face what you are because what you are is beautiful and innocent eternally. What all are is beautiful and innocent eternally. You only have to sit still long enough to receive the message. When you see a storm cloud on the horizon, do you take out your spear and run at it? What do you know about the storm cloud? You know that it is temporary. You know that it will pass. You know that light is behind it. You know that you will see the light again. Indeed, you are 100% sure of it. So no doubts. You are the light. There is nothing to fight. All are the light, and you will see it so clearly. You come to realize that what you want for you and the other guy is exactly the same, no difference. As you can see this, that you truly want peace and happiness for all without exception, then you begin to see the sameness in us all. This sameness, the light, it comes into the foreground. With the light so obvious, meaningless details about a past that never happened cannot distract you anymore. When you look at the past of a fictional movie, do you insist that the past you viewed actually happened? You do not have to insist that the past of this experience actually happened either. Without insisting that a past happened, this frees you up to receive the light, to understand yourself and all as that light, right now. Right perception does not require time. It is always available to you and all, right now. Thank you for sitting with us here, right now, in eternal innocence. Thanks for listening.